as a postdoctoral associate. So really inspiring journey. His B Pharmacy is normal college, but when he entered into NIPER, he has realized the importance of NIPER. He has realized the importance of research and his guides, fellowship, all the things. And he motivated students like anything. One of the reason we got many students getting into NIPER is because of him. I have some of my faculty who are working in other colleges. They are little bit depressed and demotivated. Even though we have done NIPER alumni, I mean they are passed out from NIPER, but they are not happy with their life. They feel regret that I have done unnecessarily my B Pharmacy and M Pharmacy. I don't have any career. This kind of thoughts are there. But Anil is the guy. He will never ever compromise in terms of this type of talks. If anyone says that there is no career in pharmacy, he is the first person. He will show that these many opportunities are there. Are you ready for that opportunity? That kind of attitude he has, and we are very happy with his success going there. And another challenge I used to get with Anil is that when we started the class at 9 o'clock, it is my responsibility to stop him for the break. If we give topic like diabetic, he can speak from morning 9 o'clock till midnight 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So my challenge is that he will not stop a class in between, but students will keep on messaging me, sir, give me some break, give me some break. Then I used to go to the classroom and ask him for the break. So really, it's a fantastic journey from last 4 5 years. Really, Anil, we miss you here. Your association, your motivation to students. Thank you very much for taking your time and taking this session. Especially one thing I want to tell about the speakers also. Maybe you have observed last 8 days ka speakers. Everyone has their passion to say something to the society. It's purely free of cost. People are doing these webinars out of their passion to give back something to the society. They are helping fellow pharmacists to give the information. So really, thank you, Anil. I know how much busy you are in US and waking you up in the early in the morning. It's very difficult. But thanks for accepting our invitation and part of the speaker as for this webinar. Thank you. Thank you. Over to you. I think you can unmute. Yeah. I think you can unmute. Yeah. Just stop video pakkana mute. No, no, no. Still it's in mute. Just you can click that mute and unmute. I think you have shared the screen, so maybe you're not visible. You're not seeing the screen of this. No, no, no. Still it's in mute. Think I am also. Yeah. Now I think you're on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's audible. Please.
Yes, sir. Can I see my slides from here?
Yes, you can share the screen there. You click on share.
Yeah, share.
Then screen.
Enter screen.
Again, you click on the share
If not,
screen.
Anil, I'll share you the skills.
Okay,
Your
you
presentation.
share me the slides, madam.
Sure. You can start. I'll share you the skills.
Sorry, Anil, I have not introduced you. The reason is you are the best person to introduce yourself and the journey of your B Farm, M Farm, and
Yeah.
your PhD journey. So please carry on. Yeah, please.
So I cannot see the slides from here. Can I start just So good evening, everyone. I think, and it's a great introduction from Uma sir and Jyotisri madam. And today I'm talking about general things, how my journey started, and what I am currently doing. Before that, before going into that, so what Uma sir told is exactly it's right. And I think I met them 7 years ago, and they have the what I see from them is they have the similar passion from past 7 years, and I feel they are the one inspirational source for many of us, because you see them their consistent efforts from last 7 to 8 years, and how many students are they transformed, and they gave the basic knowledge to them, and they sent from there, and they many of the students are settled well in many of the uh, fields, in many industries and many countries. There are so many, and I'm also one. Yes, Uma sir told that I did service. Yes, I did service to EsPharma, but EsPharma also equally gave an opportunity to me uh, to share my knowledge with many of you. So I'm going to talk. Today I'm going to talk about my journey from BPharm to PhD to current stage. So how many struggles and how the success will come, and I want to briefly share with you yet each and every step, so then you can understand how to get the opportunities. Opportunities will never come. We have to always do hard in our life to get into that stage. So today I'm going to talk about few things, like I put a title here, a journey from basics to translational research. So can I scroll this slide? Yes.
Anil, you can't change the slide. I will share. I will keep on changing the slides.
Okay. So this is the title, A Journey from Basics to Translational Research. And please, can you go to the first slide? Second slide? Yes. Yeah. So this is the stage where B pharmacy. I know many of us spent a great time for 4 years, but 4 years is a great amount of time to spend with family and friends. That I realized now, because when I was in B Farm, I used to stay with my family, and I have so much time to share and meet my friends. And it is an excellent opportunity to learn more about the fundamentals of pharmacy and related areas. And that is the stage where we don't have more stress, strain, or we won't much concern about the future. And we always, I remember still today, we always discuss about our night outs, and we feel wonderful when we get a high grade, because we will always talk in this language that I did one night, one night out I did before the exam, before 1 day exam, and I have received 80%, 85%, and we will party for those reasons, and we don't have any reason to do party during the B pharmacy. And that is the time it always talks about the practicals, and we always assemble some simple materials for easy exam preparations. And during the final year, and we go through all these 4 years, and we enjoy, and whatever we want we will do, and at the end we will pass the BPharm exam with a good score. So 90% of the people have this type of pattern of the life in B pharmacy. But the most important neglected part is here, the second point, that we have an excellent opportunity to learn more about the fundamentals of pharmacy and related areas. I still remember during teaching time, when I asked my B pharmacy students, how many subjects you have learned in B pharmacy? I think 90% of the students will fail to answer this question, because we don't really think about what we are doing, and we just casually we will spend our time in the B pharmacy. But once you finish your B Pharm, then the question comes, what next? So I don't know how many of you thinking after B Pharmacy what you want to do. So here I'm talking about my journey, what I think after B Pharmacy, and what I got experienced, and where I was today. So can I go to the next slide? So this is after B Pharm. After B Pharm, with the B Pharm knowledge, I appeared for few of the exams. Like during that time, I have appeared for a drug inspector exam, and there were many of the people who are competing for this exam. But the results were I did not pass in that exam. And then I applied for a pharmacist position. Again, I appeared for exam, but with no luck and very low success rate, because there is a high competition in that area too. And then after I appeared for some of the interviews to industries, but however, my success rate was low. I was not able to success in that aspect. And then the next option, I thought about applying some courses in abroad, like I want to do masters in abroad. But you know, after your B pharmacy, there are no pharmacy colleges from abroad countries to take into. Why? I question myself, why we are not getting any chance after B pharmacy. Then I applied for so many other positions, but I never got success. Then I think, what is the reason behind this? When I ask myself a question, the sole explanation for this is a lack of knowledge to succeed in interviews. Because I don't have a much knowledge. I still remember some of interview, they asked me a question that, you do the rotarod experiments in your B pharmacy. So the isolated muscle is a skeletal muscle or a smooth muscle? They put me this question. I'm sure here 90% of you don't answer for that. Because we did rotarod experiments, we enjoyed a lot in our lab, but we don't know what we are doing. So I really stuck at that point, and I think what I am doing in my B pharmacy, what I did in my B Pharm, because I passed it in the exam, but my knowledge is zero. I cannot apply this knowledge to the industries. Why? Industries will train me for more 1 or 2 years and giving salary, and then I will work for them. No one will think in this way. So then I think how to increase the knowledge in this pharma field. At least I should understand what is pharmacy. Pharmacy means simple study of medicines. If I ask any medicine, if I think about any medicine, what is its mechanism of action, what are its side effects, why it is using for that particular disease, why new drugs are always available in the market, when these questions come to my mind, I don't have the answer for them. Then I realized that, in my opinion, B pharmacy is equivalent to KG in pharmacy. Just we have to learn. There are a lot of things to learn in our life. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So then I come to the point at the stage, what is next after B pharmacy, right? Everyone has to think this, because there is no success rate after B pharmacy to settle in the life. There is a long way to go to set in this field. Then when I think about Masters, yes, everyone knows many of colleges. Even in Varangal, I think I heard about more than 40 colleges are existed in Varangal, right? At Hyderabad, there are so many pharmacy colleges which are offering master courses to us. Yes, I'm not saying those schools are less. I'm not saying some of the schools are very high. I'm saying that all depends upon your personality, how you learn the things. Because it's very important, to do the masters, you need a knowledge of basic knowledge. Like you should know simple definitions, like if you don't know about what is a protein and what is the meaning of an enzyme, if you don't know what is a transporter, or if you don't know what is a cell, what it is doing, how it is communicating inside the body, how the cells are communicating each other, how organs are communicating each other. If you don't know about these things, how you can do the research, right? So then when I'm thinking about the universities, I saw there are some of the top universities, always people talk about it. During my time, some of the people, they used to tell that NIPER, National Institute of Pharmaceutical Entrance Exam, NIPER, National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research. If you enter into the NIPER, your career is done. You will get a good job. So people used to talk in this language. Then I obeyed. And I also thought about many of other universities. I heard about like Manipal College of Pharmaceutical Sciences, like Punjab University, JSS College of Pharmacy. During my time, I know this. So, but to enter into them, what you require generally, because now I have a clarity that after my B Pharm, if I do my masters in a good university, definitely I have a bright future. If I know these things, what I have to do, so then I know only the two routes. One is graduate pharmacy aptitude test, appearing for graduate pharmacy aptitude test. But it's not easy to crack graduate pharmacy aptitude test. People think, people criticize. I saw many of them criticizing about these exams, and they think that it's very easy to crack, and no, it's wrong. It's very hard to crack that exam. And do you know the questions appear in that exam is always are concept oriented. They are not memory based. Most of them are concept oriented. So how do you get these concepts? How you can understand these concepts? So one thing, at that stage, I decided to take some coaching in my life, because I need some coaching, I need some training in this aspect, because in B Pharmacy, I never have an analytical thinking. I never think about the drug mechanism and these things, and I don't have a clarity what is what going on. Then, this year, some of the, I shared some of the institute names, like from 1 to 14. Just while I'm browsing, I understood that these are the based on NIRF ranking, right? National Institute of Ranking Frame. So based on the infrastructure, based on the faculty members, and based on the progress in the research, and many factors they have considered to give the ranking to these universities. Like there are top 14 universities, like one is National Institute of Pharmaceutical Education and Research, Hyderabad. I'm very proud to be a part of that NIPER Hyderabad, and it is the top one today. And Jamia Hamdard University is always top. I always used to see this university, Birla Institute of Technology of Science and BITS Pilani. I'm always listening about this university from past 20 years, and students are coming and going, and they have settled very well in different parts of the country, as well as different parts of the world. So now question is how to enter these universities. These universities are top universities carrying a best infrastructure facilities, but how to enter, it's not easy, because there must be an entrance exam, because there are so many students who are willing to do the masters. But how do you think easily we can enter into these universities. Definitely there should be one knowledge-based test. That knowledge-based test is a graduate pharmacy aptitude test. So then I decided to crack this exam, and then I started taking training. And fortunately, can I go to the next slide? So this is one of the beautiful picture which changed the shape of my life. So the two, I think here, first and third, they are my best friends. We are bosom pals. They are always there with me. Still today we are there together. And we three members thought to go in this route, right? We decided to go to crack graduate pharmacy aptitude test and to crack NIPER because we don't have much opportunities after B pharmacy. And the person which is at second is his name is Karthik sir. Is fortunate we met him, and he is a great mentor to me because I learned a lot of skills from him. And he's one of NIPER gold medalist at NIPER Hyderabad. He's the first batch student. And I still remember his lectures. And we three members, just we trust him. Whatever he says, we used to listen and we used to follow him. And he always used to give a lot of knowledge in pharmacy and in pharmacology, not only in pharmacology, other subjects. So I learned pharmacology in a very good manner. I used to predict the side effects of the drug based on the mechanism of actions. So that means I'm into the subject. And remember that none of us, of three members, we are not that great students. We are an average students. But no one was born with a inborn talent. Everyone is same when you come to the study. In my point of view, I see in that way. The only way to differentiate is how you do hard work, how you are dedicated, how you are passionate. All these things will be calculated in your life to move to the next step. So definitely, I remember always Karthik Mangu sir for giving that such a great knowledge to me. And next, this is my GPAT rank. So, can I go to the back slide? This is my graduate pharmacy aptitude rank, 180. When I got that rank, most of the people said that, because many of my friends know that I'm an average student, it's not easy to crack the GPAT. Many of the people knows. They said that it's mere luck. But if you don't succeed in next exams, people will think in the same way that is a luck. Then again, I have proved in NIPER entrance exam by getting All India 18th rank. Then the people means whom I know, they started believing me that yes, I'm really into this business. Can I go into the next slide? So then I decided to join in NIPER Hyderabad in masters. I did my masters at NIPER Hyderabad, and right side is the masters batch, and those were the beautiful mentors to us. And I did 1 year of dissertation work at IICT. I got an opportunity because we have a collaboration. NIPER have a collaboration with IICT, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology. So I got an opportunity to work with Dr. Sishla Ramakrishna. So I'm the younger one in that group, I think, lying at the corner. And there I learned a lot of things from my mentor and also from my bench guide. I learned a lot of experimental techniques, how to really execute. And this is the time where you have some ideas, but it's very challenging to execute them. So can I go to the next slide? So what are the outcomes of master's program? So that's one is important point is specialized subject knowledge. So I was specialized in pharmacology and toxicology. I understood more in depth about this subject. And we will go more into the logical thinking. We will develop topic expertise to point of considering new ideas. Means you will develop yourself new ideas based on your knowledge. You will learn a lot of experimental methods which are very important for still today. And we follow the instructions of seniors and mentors. We will learn that culture. We are more disciplined, we dedicate ourselves, and we have a burning desire to learn always. And execution of an M-Form project under the supervision of PhDs and supervisors, just I told, Dr. Sishla Ramakrishna played a critical role, who gave me an immense knowledge about these experimental methods, as well as he also shared a lot of ethical values to me, where I learned from him many things. Still today, I follow him. And this is what where we learn the professional culture. And out of this MS program, my first paper was come out. The title, Ameliorative Effect of ICT and Cisplatin. I worked on organ toxicity studies. I really appreciate Dr. Vidyadhar Sahu, who is a assistant professor at Naipur Guwahati right now, who mentored me during that time, and he gave a lot of knowledge. I think Dr. Vidyadhar Sahu is also one of the faculty member for this EsPharma education. I learned a lot later. So he's also a wonderful person. I learned a lot of things. I cannot forget those things. Can I go to the next slide? So then, after masters, again, you have to think about what is next. Yes, I got an opportunities in industries, and some of them are successful and some of them are not successful. But during that time, one force inside me driven to do the PhD, that is passion towards to the research. I always used to have a passion because I always used to think about the questions. To answer the questions, definitely we have to go to into the research field. So to into the research field, again, you have to appear for one more entrance exam, PhD entrance examinations in NIPA, in India. One of the prestigious exam is NIPER entrance exam, PhD entrance exam. I appeared for that and I secured All India 4th rank. And then after I finished my doctorate under the supervision of Dr. Ashutosh Kumar, where I have learned some valuable lessons from him about living an ethical life and overcoming obstacles in the research area. And also my seniors also mentored me greatly. And this is a highly respected researchers in the field of diabetic pain. We did research in the diabetic pain and published extensively. And at the end, I earned a PhD from him. And today, Dr. Ashutosh sir is working as associate professor at Naipur Mohali. So if you go to Naipur Mohali, you can see him. He is my all-time mentor. Still, he is in contact, and still he will mentor us. So can I go to the next slide? So this is my teaching experience during PhD. I'm pursuing PhD. PhD is not a simple journey. People think that PhD is it's a very hard journey. Yes, it's hard if you don't have a passion. If you have a passion, always you work without expecting anything, right? So when you have a small results, you will have a lot of happiness. We will forget everything, our hard work at the back. So during this time, I'm also passionate to teach whatever I earned during my master's and during my PhD journey. So in this regard, I would like to sincerely thank Uma Shankar sir and Jyoti Sri madam for giving me the chance to teach pharmacology to students from various professions. I still remember students coming, preparing for GPAT and hyper entrance exams. So as you know, early Uma sir told that we used to travel to Guntur in car. Sir used to drive for 3, 4, 5 hours. And we used to drive, we used to talk a lot of things about the profession. And I used to see a lot of what enthusiasm and a lot of passion in them to do something to the pharmacy. So, I can comment on this. I can comment on this, and I'm very confident to say this because it's not an easy journey. If someone started some of 10 years before and still they are continuing in the same field and giving the lot of scope to the students to learn many things. It's not easy, and that all tells about the passion. And those were the really inspirational source to us. They are not expecting anything. Just they are living the life and giving the life. That's it. And we used to have a master students. We used to prepare for GPAT and NIPER entrance exam. I used to teach pharmacology for them, and also I involved in drug inspector programs. So I used to teach pharmacology to them, and for pharmacist exams, NAPLANS entrance exams, and some other DHA exams. So whosoever students come here, we used to prepare and give our best. As a result, there are so many students who are there as a drug inspector who settled in abroad, and there are so many students, so many successful stories from EsPharma education. Still, I'm proud to say that many of students who are elder to me, they will be in contact to me, and they will say that we like pharmacology. We started liking pharmacology because of you, sir. That word is enough for me. What we did, nothing. That gives a lot of satisfaction to me. And once again, thanks to Uma sir and Jyotisri madam for giving such a wonderful opportunity in my life. Can I go to next slide? So these are after pursuing my PhD. So a lot of things were there to talk about PhD, but I'm not going into the details. It's not required. But whatever it may be, the end is I published more than 15 publications in reputed international journals with the help of my seniors, my mentor, and a lot of my juniors. Really, they did a lot of hard work. And today, what I am is not only me, because it's of everyone's efforts in my life. So it is a team effort. Everywhere it is a team effort. And I appeared to the Spain in 2017, and this is my first award I received as a Best Poster Investigators Award, which gives me an immense motivation to continue my further PhD, further research life. And then next slide. And this is my postdoc experience. How do I get the postdoc? I got postdoc because I appeared for the interviews. I provided my CV to them. So it's not like that you get a postdoc, because you should have an experience which should match to that lab, that particular lab. So I have an experience in diabetes and diabetic pain work. And there are some grants going in Dr. Mandeep Sachdeva lab. And he interviewed me. I think I have interviewed for four to 5 rounds. So he asked so many various questions. They will test in all the aspects whether really you will fit here or not. If they think that you will fit, they will give an offer letter, but it's not an offer letter for years together. First, they will look at you for 3 months, whether you are performing well or not. And when I come here with the knowledge of PhD and with the knowledge of all the years together, I'm able to develop the CIPN models. And I developed these diabetic peripheral neuropathy models. And I did research on non-psychoactive cannabinoids. I got a knowledge of what are exosomes and cancer research. I'm not going into details, but I learned a lot of things in that lab. Apart from the research, I understood cultural and ethical principles, problems of independent living and the working world, because when you are in India, you always have the people around you. But when you come to abroad, you will become more independent. You don't see the people frequently coming and talking to you. They will talk whenever they need. And only people who are your close friends, they will come and talk to you. So where I feel something is I'm like independent. And then after I understood a weekend's importance, when we are in India, I never knows what is weekend, but now I understood a weekend important of friends and family. And then after in this lab also, we worked as a team, and we published more than 10 research articles. And can I go to the next slide? And this is my second postdoc experience. So fortunately, I joined in a lab where my wife is also pursuing PhD. And it's a great opportunity for me to work on the same area. And we are working to identify some of the molecular targets of a rare condition called as lymphangioliomyomatosis, and we recognize some of the crucial targets for the Lyme disease treatment, and we got a recognition for this work in a global scale. And I'm not sharing much details about this work because it's still in we are drafting papers and we are intended to patent, so I'm not disclosing much about this work. But out of this work, can I go to the next slide? Recently I got an opportunity as a speaker at TSC Alliance award. TSC Alliance, it's an international conference, 2023 International TSC Research Conference, and I talked about my research and I received an award, Vicky H. Whittemore Travel Award. This is my recent experience. Just in this month, I received this award. So can I go to the next slide? So yes, this is very, very important slide for me. Whenever you have some success or whenever you have gone through all these things, means definitely you should have a driving force. In my life, for me, is a driving force is my father and mother. So these are the words I have written last night thinking about them. I cannot, if I start describing about my father, it is not sufficient for me days. So these simple words I want to talk about him. For every father and mother, these words will be applicable, that if a child is to succeed in life, she needs two things: a decent father and a fantastic mother. I'm grateful to my father for being the driving force, being everything good in my life. His values are my present life. Can I go to the next slide? Yes. So I'm thankful to you all for your attention, and I'm open to take any questions. And if you have any questions, I'm always answer you at this mail. Yes. So once again, I want to thank Uma sir and Jyotisri madam to talk about my brief story. But it's not a great thing that I'm talking. There are so many my colleagues
But
and my
really,
friends
yeah,
well settled. But it's very important for a B pharmacy students or master students or at different fields how to grow in your perspectives. The only thing is hard working is very important, and you should have a passion. You should set some of the goals, and you should work hard towards to the goals. You know better than anyone else about yourself. You should know better than anyone else.
yes. So in the starting, I have said that tough people will stay, but not tough situations, right? I know the pain and agony what Anil has faced during his BPharm days, during his MS days, all those things. But really, we really feel very proud for his achievement. The reason is, till the last minute, he is not sure whether he'll be going to US or not as a PDF. He has that idea, but he never said that I'll be going to US there. I will be settling in India only. But the opportunity came in such a way where he can't say no to that. So sometimes he will motivate us also to come to US. Just why you're wasting your time in India. Let Jyoti madam apply for the PDF and come here. We have so many opportunities here. So really, thank you very much, Anil, for your inspiring journey. So now we are open to interactive session. As I said, you will be knowing more of what are the ways to migrate to US and all those things. So we'll take at least another 10-15 minutes related to your questions. I mean, how you can
Yes.
move to US and all. Done.
Okay.
So you can chat in. I mean, type your questions in the chat box. Jyoti Sri madam will read out some questions there, and then Anil will answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Anil. It's been a long journey. He's our first faculty since he's working like as a part-time faculty since 2014. From that time onwards, he used to teach pharmacology classes like continuously for all the batches. As he said, like కొంతమంది అయితే Anil classes కోసమే వచ్చారు. Some few people they used to come as like, and especially diabetes and diuretics topics. Right. And Anil, like we have few questions here.
Yeah.
Bhavana is asking how to start the selection of the labs, like for interviews, sir.
Okay. So this is a very good question, which is very important to know. And how to start the selection of labs or interviews, right? So there are different stages we have, like you are at B pharmacy stage, or I don't know, you are at M Pharm stage, or you are at PhD stage. For sure, I will tell for a B Pharm students who have completed their B pharmacy, please gain the knowledge first. First, you learn what is actually pharmacy. So there is a lot of meaning. Each and every what every word in the textbook have a lot of meaning. Okay, just grab the theme of that. For example, I will tell you some of the example. Just one example, I will tell you pharmacology. Calcium channel inhibitors. If you take calcium channel inhibitors, it's a vasodilator. You know that, and it's an antihypertensive drug. So if someone will ask, what do you expect for the side effect? I expect the side effect because if you dilate the blood vessel, blood will pull to the bottom because of the gravitational force, gravitational pull, and people will suffer with the edematous condition. So ankle edema is a side effect for the most of the calcium channel inhibitors. So how do I know these things? Because I learned with full-fledged mind. Like you watch the movies. When you watch the movies, if I ask any question about the movie, you will easily answer for it. But why can't you answer when you read about the textbook? Because we are not really looking into the textbook, what is there. So, Google is a very big guide for us. You can learn many of the things. Yes, that's the one thing which were to crack interview, because people are interviewing, they are very knowledgeable. They will ask you the basic question. If you tell something, I did so and so, then they will ask you, okay, on your title, they will ask what is the mechanism of that. And they will go into that, what is a receptor. They will again ask what is an enzyme. If you tell again about enzymes, they will go to the transporters. They will ask so many things. So these things will come only when you have the knowledge. Okay. And when you come to the masters, in the masters, depending upon what you want to opt, for sure, I'm telling, either it's a pharmacovigilance or medical writing field, like non-technical, or it is a technical, or whatever it may be. People will definitely ask the questions pertaining to them, whether you fit into that or not. Because if I put an industry, what I think, definitely I think of people who can run my industry. But I don't think about the recommendations or relationships or something else to take you and to drone my industry, right? No one will buy into that. So this is one very important factor. So according to me, you can crack any interview if you have a good knowledge about your subject, or if you are doing the justification what you have in your hands.
And the next question is from Mahesh Anil. How to study for the GPAT? Like for your qualification, I know what is your background? You came from like that. First of all, like I wanted from student side, I'm asking you. Please like share your journey for some time and how you prepared for GPAT, and like please give some important tips for the students preparing for GPAT. Why? Because after like yesterday, like Koteshwar sir, he took the session. While his discussion, he said like most of the students they opted B pharmacy. Like it's not by like most of the 90% of the students they like closely, like they'll not get into MBBS. So MBBS Raka, they'll like step into this, right? So there the toughest exam is NEET. So the next toughest exam for us is like GPAT. Right, more than well, like you used to tell me when compared to NIPER, GPAT is the toughest exam. Every time after your class, you used to tell me. So now I wanted to give some important tips about like how to important tips to crack GPAT and what is your journey and how you prepared for these examinations.
Yes, it's a great question, madam. So I want to share my experience with you guys. So one thing you remember that, yes, I am also the one of the aspirant who want to do the medical, who want to become a medical doctor. But unfortunately, I was in the pharmacy. But today I realized that, we are actually rerouting to the more strongest field than the medical field. Why I will tell you. Because today most of the medical doctors, what they do, they will diagnostic people are different, and then they will look into your disease and they will write the medication to you. Most of these injectables and these things are once upon a time, but here now for many of the diseases we just take the pills. So remember, who are discovering these pills, who are into this discovery area, discovery process. A successful pharmacist is into this discovery process. Successful pharmacist, how a successful pharmacist will become, because whatever, this pharmacy is an applied science, it's not a basic science. When you opt for pharmacy, you should have a multiple knowledge about multiple subjects. Like, if you want to treat a microorganisms, microbial diseases, I should know about the pathophysiology of microorganisms, right? If I want to discover a monoclonal antibodies, I should have a knowledge about biotechnology, right? So there are a lot of, physics will involve, chemistry will involve, and all the basic things will involve. When you understand those things, you understand about this. So in my GPAT, when I'm preparing for the GPAT, graduate pharmacy aptitude test, frankly, I'm telling, I'm not a great memory guy. Most of the things I will forget easily, but the things which I remember is always when I truly look at with my heart. Like, there are so many things you can remember when you read thoroughly, like concept oriented, not like by hearting the things. Many of the people will do that. They will by heart the things, but don't by heart the things. For by hearting, you have a computers, right? They do the job. Let them do. We created computers to keep all the stuff into the computer. But you are the guys to create the concepts. You should understand what is the mechanism of them, right? So to understand the mechanism of them, don't think that pharmacology is different, analysis is different, and pharmaceutics, they are interconnected each other. When you understand these things, means when you understand the central theme of these subjects, and when you read thoroughly, or when you have a good mentor in your life, like I have when I was in my initial stage, then definitely you can crack GPAT. Not only GPAT, don't just see these are the boundaries, like graduate pharmacy aptitude test, or drug inspector, or cracking any interview. These are the different terminologies we use. But for all this to crack, only one thing is, you should gain the knowledge. Knowledge in a right sense, not like by hearting the things, or you don't know anything about that and talking about those things. No, that doesn't work in your life. And people also not show much interest, because as long as you are maturing in this field, you should have clarity whatever you are doing, whatever you are doing, either it is a life or either it is a subject or anything else. So for me to success in the GPAT is only one thing, that I understood the concepts, I grabbed the concepts.
Yes, yes, Anil. I remember that in class also while taking pharmacology, never everything he used to explain in a conceptual way. I remember that sometimes I also used to sit at the back of the class. Right. And the next question is from Aruna. What are the challenges you have faced during your PhD? Like I wanted to, first of all, before handovering the question, I wanted to tell one point here. I think yours is like a NIPER fourth, right? In PhD, NIPER fourth rank, right? Am I
Yeah.
correct, Ani? Yeah.
Yes, you are
And
right.
I think he's at the time he's they will get NIPER will get some funding based upon the students' project work. Up to my knowledge, at that time, because of this work that Anil handled, they got some funding in crores, I think. Please explain about that also. Aruna
So
is asking, what are the challenges you faced during PhD?
So don't think about the funding. Whenever you go into that such kind of institutes, they will always have a funding source, because we have a lot of funding from central government, and also they have so many collaboration projects with other countries. So you will get money in dollars also. Don't worry about those things. Worry about how to get into those institutes, right? So to get into that institutes, again, I am telling you, you need a knowledge. So I'm telling you this. This is one very important thing. Frankly, to get into the PhD, to get All India fourth rank, the main thing which helped me at that time is teaching, because I used to teach. I used to update the things every day. If I don't teach well, people won't come to the institutes. Then who will be the loss? Everyone will be the loss, and they don't give me any opportunity, right? So to teach them to give a good things, to know new things, always I used to update. But whenever I went to the interview, NIPER PhD, after NIPER PhD entrance exam, you will have an interview. They will ask so many questions about what you know. Because of that knowledge, I gave lot. I answered, I think 100% I answered in the interview. That's the reason I was inside. And then after going, your mentor will guide you because they are already very well experienced and they have already very well established protocols. Just you are going and joining in them. They will start feeding you from first day. They slowly initiate you and they will take you into the direction of the research field. It's a slow process. You will understand once you go there and interact with your mentor and doing in that aspect. You will learn like cell culture works. You will learn the basic techniques. You learn about how to handle the animals, how to inject them, what type of dosing you have to give, how much dosing you have to give, what organs you have to isolate, what toxicity studies you have to do, what pharmacological parameters you have to explore, what kind of inhibitors you use to. So all these things will come into the play in your 5 years of PhD. So I advise you again, just to gain the knowledge and show up and show your knowledge wherever there is needed. Definitely you will be get successful. So I don't want to talk about the grants because these grants are for a mentor, right? They have a lot of years of experience. They will put a lot of efforts to get those grants. And you are the part of that, means I am the lucky during that time, I'm the part of them.
Next question is from Bhavna again. She's asking, hello sir, your journey is really inspiring. I am in my PhD currently in India and I do stay in Columbus. It would really helpful if you let me know the process of starting for PDF, sir.
Yes. So, there are a lot of opportunities in US. I don't know which country you want to go. If it is US, I can tell there are wonderful opportunities in postdoc. Every day you go to the LinkedIn, you update your LinkedIn profile. I think if you are looking into the postdoc, definitely you should have some good publications and you have a good track record of one particular area. Search those things. Like, for example, if you are in a cancer, like cancer means there are so many cancers, right? Triple negative breast cancers, or lung cancers, or NSCLCs, or head and neck squamous cell. So there are so many cancers. So just you browse it. There are the scientists who are working in that particular area. And just you make out your very good profile and put your CV and express your interest to them. So I am interested so and so. I need an opportunity of PDF. So I have a good track record. If they have opportunity, they will take the interview and immediately they will grab you. If they don't have the opportunity and if they think that you are really fit into their lab, they will tell you that simply wait. And definitely I'm telling one day they will come back, because here all depends upon their grants funding. They don't have continuous funding. They have funding. When they have the funding, they will look for the students. So, and remember one more thing. In US, in United States of America, there is a lot of funding. NIH will always, because drug discovery is very robust at US. So from small lab to large labs, you see, they will have a sufficient funding at least to take one postdoc student. And for PhDs also, it's a wonderful opportunity. I have a colleagues who have done their B pharmacy. Immediately after that, they have joined for integrated PhD courses. They are doing their masters, and then after they are also doing this PhD program after masters. They will get stipend and everything will good. After completion of PhD, there are wonderful opportunities at US to do work in industries and academics as well.
Next
So
question,
if you need any further clarity, you can contact me. I will answer you for your specific question.
Yes, like Shibita is also asking Anil's mail ID. Once again, I'll share you Anil's mail ID in the, if possible, if you see the chat box, Anil, please drop your mail ID in the chat box. They'll take your mail ID. But you can post any of your questions through mail. Definitely in his free time, he will because every time his only motto is to help the students, his juniors. Right. He himself motivated me to come for PDF so many times. I just started the process, but as our passion lies here, like immediately I used to stop, Anil. Right. The next question is, hi sir, can you please tell some good masters in pharmacology university in USA?
Good pharmacology. Oh,
Like
so
universities in USA.
so I don't know about again your background. See, some of my friends are there at Harvard University also from India. They got selected at Harvard University. Okay. And there are so many universities. If you browse it, top 50 pharma university, top 50 universities in the pharma field in USA, you will get a list of universities, right? So I know so many universities, like in Texas area, we have Texas Tech University. They are offering a very good PhD programs. FAMI, Florida Agriculture Mechanical University, they are offering full good PhD programs, right? And don't feel shy to apply for a big universities like Harvard University or John Hopkins University. You don't know what is your path, what God decides to you. Apply, try, keep on. If you have a passion, you always write the mails to the people, write the mails to the professors. When they have an opportunity, they will always look into the people who have a passion and who are willing to work. They don't look in. And I'm telling some of, not some, 90% of the professors are here. They see the knowledge, that is one part. More importantly, they will look at your passion. They will look at whether you are really willing to work in the lab or not. So these things are very important. So there are so many universities. You can just browse. I don't remember, but coming into the US, join in any university, you will have a lot of opportunities. If you don't like, you can move. This government will give all flexibilities to you.
Yes. Next question is from Vaishnavi. It is like purely related to clinical research, webinar. We already done with that webinar. Once you go and visit our YouTube channel, you can find the answer. Right. The next question is from Asha. Doctor, I am a PhD pharmacology now at USA. Can you guide me to do planned postdoc? Asha, already Anil answered this question for Bhavana also asked the same question. He answered that once, please. I hope your query is answered. Next question is from Samina Begum. As only GPAT qualified students are eligible for NIPER PhD, what are the different ways for PharmD? Because PharmD people don't write GPAT, and how PharmD can enter NIPER for PhD?
Oh, so this is also a wonderful question. So how PharmD program is related to this
PhD.
master's PhD? So I really, honestly speaking, I don't have much idea about this PharmD, but I think you are eligible to write the graduate pharmacy aptitude test, right? And graduate pharmacy aptitude test is a knowledge-based test. It's want to screen the students across the country. So I don't think so. They will show the discrimination between the PharmD students and the pharmacy students. All has to go into the same. You have to appear for GPAT. Even for me also, I cracked GPAT. Then only I have an opportunity to go into the NIPER, right? So direct entry to the NIPER, there is no ticket. I think up to my knowledge, but as of now, I don't know what is the current situation, current circumstances.
I'll find out this question, Anil. Why? Because I have taken webinar on the second day regarding this GPAT and NIPER. The same
Yeah.
question student asked me, our our BPharm students, they will write GPAT and they'll crack this NIPER and NIPER examinations and they'll enter into NIPER. But they're asking, does this PharmD students are eligible for writing GPAT? But up to my knowledge, they are, I think they are not eligible for writing GPAT. But once I'll find out this question also from personally, from my end, from institute end, I'll find out this question. Can you able to write GPAT after PharmD or through GPAT, can you enter through NIPER? I'll find it out this question and definitely I'll answer this, right?
So one important note I want to mention about this PharmD program. One important thing is, you have a PharmD pharmacy, what this differences at your graduation level. But when you come to the research level, as of now, my co-investigator, some of other co-investigators who are working in the same university are from PharmD background. They are mentoring the pharmacy students. They are mentoring biotechnology students. So
Okay.
they are mentoring a pharmaceutical students. So that means what? There is no borders. I'm telling you, knowledge is for the sake of knowledge. I learned this word from one of my great teacher in my 10th class. He said, so he used to tell, knowledge is for the sake of knowledge. I did not understood at that time, but now I'm understanding. Knowledge is for the sake of knowledge. It means you have to gain the knowledge. And in US country, in this country, after I'm coming, I learned so many things means regarding the curriculum. They don't have any borders. A medical student can come into the engineering field, and any field you can shift. It is up to you, up to your patients. Okay. So try to gain the knowledge. Either you are a doctor
Definitely.
or anything.
Anil, actually, I thought like we'll give only 15 minutes per questionnaire, but still we have 10 more questions. Do you have time to answer those?
Sure,
Otherwise,
sure, madam. Today is
you
holiday
have
for me.
like
I can
what is the
spend time.
time now? What is the time now? I think you just woke up.
It's 8:30 for me. Oh, today is holiday for me. I can spend more 10 minutes.
Then okay. Why? Because like there are still like 10 more questions. Please like kindly answer them. Next question is from Vani Krishna. Like he's asking like after pharmacy, what is the better specialization for PhD?
So definitely, obviously, I will tell pharmacology because I was into pharmacology. I don't know about other subjects, right?
Okay.
If I talk about
If you
something else,
if
that
you
is
ask me, I'll tell pharmaceutics.
yeah. So I'm misguiding you. That seems simply it's misguiding you. Everywhere it has life, but only thing again passion. So
Yes,
I have
passion.
passion in pharmacology. Pharmacology, I was doing a long journey in this field.
It's purely about passion.
It's
Right.
passion.
Apurva is asking, she's a student, she's asking, sir, how to do if we get a job in USA? How to do?
Let me
Can you give
elaborate.
a route map?
Yeah, Jyoti, let me elaborate this question to Anil. The webinar agenda is this itself. Tell me, Anil, in a three ways. One is as a fresh B Pharmacy graduate, what is the path to land as a PDF? Or
Okay.
they have completed B Pharmacy and M Pharmacy, and they are in a confusion of doing PhD here or going abroad. So, what is the pathway for them? They have completed
Yes.
PhD also. Third category, they have completed PhD also. What is the scope of going to US as a PDF? So you
Sure.
differentiate these three paths. So all the participants, please make a note of this discussion. Very important. If you are really BPharmacy graduate just passed out, this is a wonderful opportunity. You can plan next 4 5 years. If you already completed a PhD, so let us listen from Anil what he suggests. Yeah, please.
So
This is
again,
your
it's
same next question. Next question. Route map. They're asking route map.
yeah. So it is a great question, sir. This is very, very important for every one of us. After B pharmacy, many of us we don't know what we have to do the next. That is the step we don't have proper guidance. Also, most of us we will take the wrong routes and we will fail in the life, right? So after B pharmacy, I learned in US. Many of my colleagues means some of my friends who completed B pharmacy and they come to the integrated course here. So they are doing masters as well as their PhD program. But they told me that we have completed the B pharmacy and we are into this business. So I felt that it's a great opportunity. How these people got the opportunity. But frankly speaking, when I go and ask in details about them, then they are not continuously they are doing this program. Many of them they told after B pharmacy they have experience in some industries or they have some different experience where they gained the knowledge. After gaining the knowledge, they are able to convince the professors here. And once they give the confidence to the professors, they took the B pharmacy. So I feel this B pharmacy is an exceptional case to take in the pharma field for this integrated course. It's very but for B Pharm students in India have a wonderful opportunity to go into this master's program. Master's program is, I'm not saying just for the degree sake, it's for the sake of the knowledge. You can learn a lot of exposure you will have. So once you get the master's degree from like universities, like I said, you have exposure to the different type of equipments. Like in Naipur, Hyderabad, I worked. I know very well about the Naipur. When I working there, we used to have confocal microscopy. We used to have a Western blot setup. We used to have many other instruments, which are very important for the field of the research. Even it is in US or German or any country, people want to prove, if they want to prove, if they want to study with the proteins or genes, definitely they have to go through these tools. So you need an exposure to these tools, as well as you need a knowledge, minimum knowledge you have to gain. What you are doing, if I talk about the protein, you should know what is a protein, right? If I talk about the pathway, you should understand at least what is the pathway. If I talk about the disease, you should understand what is the disease pathophysiology, why you are targeting the disease. If you gain this knowledge in your masters, then really you have a wonderful opportunity at US. You can apply. So, but coming to the PhD program is different. You will come on F1 visas. When you come for postdoc, you can come on a different visa like J1 visa. To come as an F1 visa, you have to fill some of the criteria, like you have to clear the GRE exams. As of my knowledge, I know there are so many universities, they will put this criteria as a minimum criteria. You have to fulfill the GRE. So once you fulfill the GRE, based on your exposure of techniques, based on your, see, some of the master students, they will do really great in their master, during their master's program. They will have very good publications in the 2 years. If they have at least one publication, it's a direct gateway. You can come here. Many of the professors do see that. You know what is the importance of the publication? Publication will not come easily until and unless you won't work, right? No one will put your name and write the paper and give you just publish. If you put the efforts, and also in the acknowledgement, author acknowledgements, they will write, author contributions, they will write what is your contribution to that publication. So they will go all through that and they will understand your experience, and definitely they will grab. So I can say 50%, 50 to 60% of the people, 60% you have an opportunity after your masters. You can come. It will be it will be little easy compared to the B pharmacy. And then another important thing is PhD programs in India. So don't underestimate the PhD programs in India, and don't overestimate the PhD programs at other countries. Okay, PhD means PhD, doctor in philosophy. Always you have work, you have to prove some new hypothesis. In your PhD journey, you will understand so many things again. How to handle the pressure, how to change, how to twist your mind, and how to, because without learning these tools anyway, you are not going to do anything in your PhD. So first you have to look at good university like there, and have the exposure in this. Then you can apply to any of the professors who are working here, who have a close relation. See, for instance, I'm working in diabetic neuropathic pain. I did my PhD in diabetic neuropathy. But I come to the lab where they have pharmaceutical background and where they have the cancer research is going on. But the professor is interested to see how cancer is inducing the neuropathy, and how this chemotherapy is inducing the neuropathy, how to overcome that problems. He want to look into that question. So then he looked into the people who are fit into this. So he looked into two aspects. One is not only that you know about diabetes, he also asked about me, how do you know, what do you know about the cancer? I told something about the cancer knowledge, whatever I have. Then he asked me, do you know these techniques? Do you know doing Western blotting? How many gels you can run in a day? So how you will plan your work, how you will schedule your day. So he asked so many questions. Why he is asking those questions, I realized later after coming to the lab. What I understood is that why he asked that question means we will have that kind of work here in that lab. I have to go to do the cancer studies. I cannot say that I'm a neuropathy guy, I cannot do the cancer. See, either it's a neuropathy, either it is a cancer, both were the tissues, right? So how to handle the tissues, if you know in your PhD, you are fit into the postdoc. But remember again, once you come to the postdoc, I know many of them are also not successful. Everyone is not successful in postdoc. If you don't gain proper knowledge in your PhD, and if you come to the postdoc, it's really hard to you to gain, because here PhD students, they will be in the flow. You have to guide the PhD students, but you should not be the stable at the stage to learn something from the PhD students. If they start feeding you, then they start complaining about you. Then your professor will understand that you have not learned many things, and your PhD is he will say directly, your PhD is incomplete, you are not fit for this program. So many people also went back. So I'm telling you, coming to US is only not only talk about the success. After coming, preserving job is also very important. You can preserve the job really when you do good at India. So my sincere advice to all the students who are at the level of PhDs or M.Pharm or at B.Pharm level, please go through the what concepts, gain the knowledge, try to understand the practical approaches, like what are those techniques. And remember, hypotheses are different, practically outcomes are different. You will read like that's so and so protein increase in this disease, but when you go into the really practicals, you will see that protein may go down regulated. Then you have to find out the answer why this protein is going down regulated, someone is reported upregulated. It's not that someone is reported wrong, it's not that something you are doing wrong, somewhere else something link is missing. You have to find out that link. That's what PhD and postdoc. Still today, I have to show up in my lab. I have to train my PhD students. I have to take a lot of responsibilities. Then only I can survive in this field. Otherwise, not. So please, it's my sincere advice to all the people. Learn the things from the bottom of your heart. Learn the concepts. Try to find out the good mentors like Jyotisri Madam and Uma sir. Why I'm telling, I'm not exaggerating the things, because they have the passion. So whosoever have the passion, they will always think in that direction, right? Try to follow few people and get the good foods. I'm still what next is my question too. I will also question myself, what is the next after this PDF? There are a lot of things to do. Again, I'm following my seniors, and I'm following some of my professors. I'm following industrial persons. I'm interacting with many of the people. What is the next to answer my question? So before coming to that point, I should have a clarity, right? So don't depress yourself, or don't think. One thing is, I will tell you definitely, it is a wrong. If you think great things and if you are not doing anything about that, for sure I will tell that is the wrong thing. You will never be success. Think little, do big, then you will be success.
Thank you, Anil. I hope most of the queries, the same question is repeatedly asking in the chat box. I hope with this explanation, most of your queries are cleared. But few students, they wanted to learn from you or get from you. What are the challenges you faced during getting this PDF and PhD? Do you faced any challenges or you got easily like that? What are the limitations for PDF in USA?
Yes, that's again
In
one
terms of
wonderful
experience also.
So this is also a wonderful question. I can tell you a lot of problems I faced when I was doing postdoc or when I doing PhD. PhD, I have a very good mentor. I always he love the students. So always I have a very good. If I'm going to the trouble, I always have a senior to help me. I always have a juniors to help me. I did not understood much, but when I come to PDF, there's a lot of responsibilities. So, I will tell you some simple things. If you receive a drug molecule into the lab, like from a company, I ordered a drug, I received into lab, and I put somewhere else irresponsibly, and I forgot that drug, because there are a lot of fridges, there are a lot of -80s, -20s. So I store somewhere else and I forget the thing. And then next day, or after 1 month, or after 1 week, your professor will come and ask, where is the drug molecule? What do you say? You will forget that thing. You don't remember. You will go and keep on searching in the fridges. He will be backing at you and he will looking at you what you are doing. See, that simple mistake is enough to lose your job here. Remember how much you should be cautious. So postdoc is not only doing research in the lab, it is also an equally responsibility to maintain the lab, right? It's not only I'm giving an example, just storing, just saving a drug molecule, right? There are a lot of other issues also. So So these are the challenges I always face from professors, because I always should be cautious. And this is the reason, in the current lab, I should not tell, but with passion I will do. But I work mostly from 9 to 12. You don't imagine, you don't understand that. You will tell that I'm telling something else. But I'm frankly telling to you, I don't have a time to interact with my family members. Last night I did your PPT at 2 o'clock. Did you imagine that? Do you imagine that? I did at 2 o'clock your PPT. Because it's a responsibility, it's a lot of responsibility. It's not like that, just getting the job, getting the money. Now I think more about the responsibility than what I'm getting in my salary. I never think about the salary, because that will not come into the mind before my responsibilities. If I don't do properly, I lose the job, right? So
Thank you, Anil. I know actually your hard work, and still I hope you are continuing the same. One last question, Anil. Asha and Muhammad, I think they got some same question. If I get PDF, I have to go on F1 visa? And Asha is asking, can you tell how to get F1 visa?
So if you want F1 visa, there is only one option, that you have to come by a student visa. F1 visa means it's a student visa, right? So you are coming into a program, you have to pay the fees to them, or they will bypass that fees by giving some opportunities to you. There are some students like who completed their PhD on F1 visa, and after completing PhD, they are continuing as a postdoc in the same lab on F1. But they have to transfer at one moment. I don't know exactly what are the time limitations, but definitely they have to move on to the different visa, because F1 visa is a student visa. If you are on the employment, definitely you are receiving some funds or some salary, right? As an employee, you will receive a salary. So when you receive a salary, that F1 visa will not fit into that category. As of
What
my
is it
knowledge,
about J
but not
visa? J visa, J visa.
J1 visa basically is a student exchange visitors visa. So our country, and this is a mutual understanding between the two countries. Like doctors, many of the doctors comes on J1 visa. So now after coming here, you have an opportunity to work for only 5 years. First 5 years you have to work. After 5 years, if you want to continue, you have to take the permission from both the governments of the country. Like I have to have a good track record to convince my country, like India has to give no objection certificate to you, as well as I should have a track record to convince the US country. So here US embassy. So in both the cases, it's also a lot of struggle. I have to start this before 2 years of expiry of my J1 visa. Now what I am into it. So a lot of challenges everywhere is a challenging. And one more thing, one more important thing is I don't live in the future. What happens in the future, I really don't know. But I always live in the present, what I'm doing. If today I'm not utilizing properly, why you are not eligible to think about tomorrow, right? You are not a right person to
Yes,
think about tomorrow if you don't do proper judgment today.
yes, exactly. This about this artificial intelligence and computer-aided drug delivery system. We are planning a one more session. Like Anil, I think Anil is not the correct person about this. We are planning one more session, Nandan.
Yeah,
Okay.
for career webinars and all, I mean, career, particularly in the abroad countries, we have separate webinar where for the students as well as for the migration purpose also. So we may plan that webinars in the next month. So we'll definitely let you know.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
So any other questions? We still have another 3 minutes to close the session. If you have any relevant question related to PDF, please do ask. See, my only understanding is that if you are a BPharm passed out, please make sure that you publish very good papers. You do your pharmacy in a good
Which is
university.
not possible at B Farm, because
No,
they
no,
don't
after
have
the
exposure
pharm
of
I'm telling.
research. For
Yeah,
sure, you have to go through this GPAT and NIPER entrance examinations. Please follow that. Don't
yeah.
ignore those exams. If you want to get into that, you should have a knowledge. Gain that
Yes.
knowledge. That's what I'm telling. Read it from home. Sit at home and read in the textbooks. Definitely, you don't understand. When you don't understand, Google it. Expand those words. then it will tells you some more thing and it will give a connecting links. So you have to learn in that way. Once you learn that, then you come to the masters, and where you have an exposure of the research. Once you get that exposure, then you will be into this business. Until that time, don't think about this business. That is my clear message to them.
Yeah. So that is what even your pharmacy plays a major role, and your publication plays a major role. Have good connections with the guide. So if you have a good work, definitely people like Anil, they will definitely send you the invitation. So this is what the main agenda, right? So when you are strong at basics, so many people are there to help you out. So my only sincere request to everyone is that make a plan from today itself. Make sure that if you are BPharmacy fresh graduate, in the next 5 years you should be in a good position going to US and getting your PDF and all. If you are already done with your PhD and all, start publishing some good papers, get some good guide connections and land there. So thank you very much, Anil, for taking your time, especially on this holiday. Sorry, we have made it in the last minute
So
invitation. You have accepted us, so thank you very much. This is
it's
really
a great
insightful
pleasure
session
to
for
me,
me.
sir, to work with you
Thank you,
guys.
thank you. Now I'm
And
feeling that the struggles what we faced in the Guntur time, now we are getting the fruits for it. Thank you.
it's great, sir. Great news to me. I always follow you, and I know today you are actually talking with the people from consulate, the General of India, right? Drug Controller of India.
Yes. Actually, Monday we have
From drug,
a session with
yeah.
Ramkishan sir. Yeah.
So that's a great thing. You are making a connection everywhere, sir. That is a great thing, and that is a great thing for the students too, and also for like us. So
Thank you very much.
future in the future, definitely we do something great, sir. We will try to do to this profession.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for your continuous contributions to this field.
Thank you, my dear students, and special thanks to Anil. I have posted Anil's mail ID also here. Please mail the relevant questions. Definitely, he will get back to you in his free time now. And
So on
regarding
the
this
count of
GPAT,
sorry.
we have already done a session regarding this GPAT. You can go there. Thank you.
So
Thank you very much.
on
Thank
the
you all
count of
once
three,
again.
can we give emoji to Dr. Anil sir? 1, 2, 3. Any emoji of your choice. Just I'm taking the screenshot. Thank you. So many people are sending
Thank you
love
so
to you,
much.
Anil. Thank you
So
very
bye
much.
bye. See you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, Anil. Thank you
Try
very
to
much.
understand the importance of weekend too.
Yeah. Yes. Surely.